Hello, Scorpios, and welcome to Deku Tarot. I'm going to be doing your weekly tarot reading for June 3rd through the 9th of 2019. And Scorpios, thank you guys so much for all of your support, for all of your likes, especially all of your subscribes, your shares. I really do appreciate it, guys. So if you haven't, please make sure to like, share, and definitely subscribe to the channel. If you hit that little wiggly bell in the corner, it'll notify you whenever I'm going live or posting up a video. Do check out your new moon in Gemini reading, and actually without further ado, let's talk about the astrology or surrounding the new moon in Gemini and really what it means and what it might be bringing in, okay? And then we're going to get into your weekly general messages with the Game of Thrones tarot here, okay guys? Also in the comments below I will be putting a link to a GoFundMe for the lovely little cat Fox's surgery. He really needs surgery and his family could really use the help right now so they can afford his surgery. Alright, so again I will be putting that in the comments below. And if you donate to that, email me and then you will get $5 off of any reading you book with me, okay? So let's see. Let's talk about the new moon in Gemini. The new moon in Gemini is on June 3rd. It's at 12 degrees. And when you break down 12 in numerology, it's 3, which is the number meaning communication. And the Gemini new moon, surprisingly, I mean, not so surprisingly, honestly, is all about communication. It pulls in this information. It pulls in new discoveries, new doorways, and different ways of doing things will be opening up to you. Different ways of doing things more effectively, ways that we didn't really see before. We're like, oh wow, there we go, I got it. There's a really great, curious, exploratory, lighthearted energy to this Gemini new moon. There could be a lot of laughter, joking, communicating with friends, really expressing our thoughts and feelings clearly and with enjoyment. It also asks you to really focus on what interests you versus, you know, what we are told to do, what we want to learn to manifest in our lives here. With the aspect of Mercury also being in Gemini, even though it's 15 degrees away at 27 degrees, this is kind of like the opposite of a Mercury retrograde, is that what we're in right now. You know, we're having extremely clear communication. So this is a great time to have those talks, to have discussions where maybe we weren't sure before how to word something, how to say something to somebody. We weren't sure how it was going to work out. This is the perfect time to have those conversations. Mercury also has this ability to connect us to our higher, more spiritual realms. And even though we are communicating with that side of ourselves that may be more on our own level and with, you know, again, meditation and working towards that, but there's more of even a focus of the communication in the here, the now, maybe even through technology, texting, messaging, stuff like that, okay? We have Jupiter squaring Neptune in Pisces as well, which brings this confusing energy into the mix here. It's kind of an overload of information, an overload of possibilities coming in, and possibly also maybe some stuff that could be a little bit embarrassing. Embarrassing losses, all kind of are thrown in our faces here in order to test our faith, okay? Show us where we've let things kind of go in terms of being a little bit too trusting, too dreamy, too non-focused on something, okay? So that's really all the astrology I have to talk about this week. And do check out your Gemini new moon reading. Pull a card for, you know, your energy during it, as well as what's coming in with the Gemini new moon. And I do it for all the signs, so check it out for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Alrighty, so now let's get into your tarot messages of the week here. But again, guys, I always bring up the astrological messages because it does really affect, it does really have quite an effect on the tarot. It has quite an effect on the energy for the week, so I do find it quite important. But let's see. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, messages from our higher selves that we need to know for this week. Messages of things to do with our general lives, career, spirituality for May 3rd through the 9th of 2019. We get Six of Cups reversed. We also get Four of Wands, the Magician. I don't mind it. This is not bad. Although every time I feel like I say that, something comes out. Ooh, the World. Okay. Get the clarifiers. I feel like I said that, maybe it was Cancer's, I don't know if it was Cancer, it was someone's reading that I just did, and I was like, oh, this is great, and then I was like, what is going on here? Might have been Taurus. Taurus actually got 4 kings in their reading. So if you have any placements in Taurus, you're cross-watching for a Taurus, definitely check out their weekly this week. I have never once I've just never gotten 4 kings like that. That was crazy. I've gotten 4 aces, I've gotten 4 queens, but I've never gotten 4 kings. Anyway, 6 of cups reversed, the 4 of spears. Let's give it a clarifying message for these energies. Clarify the 6 of cups reversed for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Ace of Cups, 4 of Spears, the Lovers. Wow, guys. Oh my gosh. Some of you guys might read this first half as a love reading for sure, and that's okay. If it is, then maybe the second half is really not for you. But the second half, we will go over love. Magician, the World. And again, check out your love reading for the month of June. I did do a love reading for singles and couples, because again, guys, you know that these are all just kind of general messages for the weeklies. But I did a much more in-depth look at love for the month of June, because we go kind of lightly into it in the weeklies. Wow, you guys have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana here. The World. Clarify the World. Spirit of the world bring me. What does the World have to do? Scorpios here. Forgetting. 2 of Cups. Interesting. I mean, I have to be honest with you guys. I think that some of you are really being offered an amazing new partnership, an amazing new opportunity here that is like something that you really, really wanted. And it may feel kind of difficult for you guys to make this choice, because you might already have a job. You might already have something that you're doing. This could have been something that you applied to or you didn't hear from a while ago, I'm kind of getting for a few of you. However, this is like emotionally very, very satisfying for you this week. We have a lot of cups. We have the Lovers. We have the Chariot, which is, again, Cancer ruled by water. And we have the 2 of Cups. There's a lot. There's a watery and emotional, you know, how does your heart feel about this? Follow your heart. Follow how you truly feel type of feeling below all these major arcana here. It's time to take the reins in your hand here once you've made this choice. Something is being offered to you. I mean, the Lovers is the very center of your reading here. So let's talk about that. It's like literally giving me goosebumps, and that is not natural because it is very hot here. I'm getting goosebumps like I'm cold. They're almost like painful. So yeah, something really huge is being opened up to you here. Someplace that you didn't think you were going to get to. The 6 of Cups reverse kind of focuses on, you know, living too much in the past, being too focused on, you know, wasn't it amazing to be here, you know, wasn't it amazing to be in this position, or maybe you've been living a life that kind of brings you back to a specific energy of, you know, not having to deal with a lot, you know, like not having as many responsibilities. And it might be time that we really look towards this 4 of Wands. It feels like if you've been too focused on the past, you've been too focused on, you know, not pushing forward, on staying where we've been, or, you know, trying to get to a place from the past instead of pushing forward. The Ace of Cups, the 4 of Spears, is really here to show you that there's more. To me, this is saying, you know, there's more here. I mean, the world is at the end. You're having a change here, a huge shift. You know, we're getting fulfillment. We're getting success, deserved successes. You know, it feels almost like a graduation this week for you guys. Like you are graduating. You've grown in some huge way here. You're doing like the step up. So maybe some of you guys are actually graduating, or you've just graduated, and maybe now you're moving. You might have amazing opportunities coming in, and really the only way that you guys can make this all work right now is by showing everybody what you've got. It feels like people have already seen what you've got, and they're like, this is why I'm offering it to you. But it's also trusting in yourself and trusting in your own abilities. You know, what do you really want to do? What do you really want to learn? Where do you want to go? Some of you guys are maybe even having an opportunity that will take you across the world here. Open up a brand new, you know, again, business, like a partnership, or you're going to be working with somebody. I don't know, this just feels very solid. Like somebody's offering you something really big this week that is life-changing. I'm going to get, do I want a clarifier? I really don't. This is just, I keep saying, like, maybe I want another clarifier, but this is just so good. I don't know. This is just amazing energy. Again, like, I keep getting this feeling of a graduation. And I know that not everyone is graduating and stuff like that, but it just feels like you have, like, leveled up here. You have mastered something. You are getting a very well-deserved success here. And it's extremely emotionally fulfilling here. You know, this is flourishing. Like, you are flourishing. You're being brought so much joy right now and experiencing so much joy. This is a time of expansion, of huge growth here. Maybe again, I think that a lot of you might be traveling, moving into a new business, or those things might have to do with each other. You know, we're traveling for work, we're traveling for this new business here. But this is just like, I don't even know what to say, because the Ace of Cups is right there too, which is all about new beginnings. Creativity, flow, healing. There's a great creative feel this week. So if you are a creative, get in touch with that. Start creating, start doing things, start putting yourself out there. Things are coming in. I can't even believe this. This is amazing. You know, whatever you've been hoping for is beginning here. Like, you're in the flow here. There's opportunities for growth, for healing, and you guys are just like grabbing it here. It's amazing. And it does feel like by the end of the week we have a serious partnership that is offered to us. You know, here it feels like we're coming into it here, and we're like so excited about this. This is perfect. You know, this is an agreement. This is amazing. A creative partnership, possibly. Again, if you're creative, I'm getting this is just a flourishing feeling of absolute success, happiness, and being like, you have all the tools that you need to keep on pushing forward in this. Take the reins. You're on your way here. Accept that the world is here, that, you know, these achievements, these successes that are coming in are absolutely well deserved in your life here. You deserve this more than anything. You've worked hard for this, and this is why this kind of feels like, wow, I can't believe this is just kind of like, you guys are like finally, listen, I don't know what it is about this Gemini new moon. It's like bringing communication and everything out there so clearly that everything just feels flowing. I do believe it's by the 4th, actually, we will have 7 planets all in their home signs. That might have something to do with it as well, but we are, again, this just feels like you guys are being rewarded. There's a sense of, you know, getting to a place where, you know, again, stepping through the glass ceiling, or stepping through the glass door to the place where you've been trying to get to this week. I don't know. This is beautiful, Scorpio. Please let me know in the comments below how this plays out for you. But again, I feel like we're getting opportunities here. Open up to them. Don't be closed off. Don't get stuck in that 6 of Cups reversed energy of, you know, well, life is fine and everything's great where I am now. No, it's not. This is a step up, and accept it. Okay? Accept this step up. Accept this. Take it in. Allow yourself to grow with it. You are flourishing. You are growing this week. Let's get a Halloween Oracle card by Stacey DeMarco for you guys. Message of advice from our higher selves, from Spirit for Scorpios. Please allow higher selves of Scorpios to come through, give us some advice for them. Remember, guys, these readings won't resonate with every single one of you, and if they don't, that's okay. You're not just your sun sign. Check out your other weeklies and your monthlies for your other placements, okay? You might resonate better with them. Ghost, regret. Wow, I really like this. Should the ghost come gliding into your life during divination, it may indicate that you have some regrets to let go of. Holding grudges or regrets is burdensome work, and it weighs us down eventually. By taking actions to free ourselves of these old burdens, we clear the way for more rightful and wise action for the future. We can begin to live again fully if we let go of what was and step into new possibilities. Again, like I was saying, guys, let go of what was, step into new possibilities. Now is the time to shine, to really stop regretting, to really stop holding on to things that you don't need to at this point. It's time to open yourself up fully and know that you deserve whatever you're stepping into at this point. It's amazing. All right, let's go on to love for you guys. And I'm going to use the Hobbit deck for love for you. Love for my Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Again, guys, do check out your love reading that is up for the month for singles and for couples. These are just general ones. I don't really focus too much on singles, couples, unless it comes through. Love and romance for Scorpios. June 3rd through June 9th, what might be happening. And now in terms of love, we get 9 of Wands. Three of Swords, oh my gosh. Unexpected. 10 of Coins. Hanged Man. Knight of Swords. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Okay. Wow. Get a couple clarifiers here. This is pretty interesting. 9 of Wands, 3 of Swords. Clarify the energy What is bringing up the Nine of Wands and Three of Swords in love and romance for Scorpios? Justice. Something, this does feel like there's a truth coming out that maybe we didn't want to talk about here. Ace of Swords, Justice. This Gemini new moon is bringing things out in the open. Some heartbreak, some pain. Maybe if we felt hurt, if we felt like we've had to hold this in for a while here, like we've had to keep on fighting. There just is an exhausted feeling here with the Nine of Wands. Like you're just like, you know, I've been holding this up for a while. I've been holding on to this. So if it's a truth that you guys need to bring out about where you've been hurt in a relationship or in a partnership, or even if you're single, I'm just getting, there is this need to really come to some truths about a heartbreak, about a pain, about something we've been holding on to. And again, it does feel like we need to dive deep here. We need to really go deep to understand what is coming out here, understand some heavy truths. We need to see things for what they are and not what we thought they were. Clarify the Ten of Coins here in the center of the deck for love and romance for Scorpios. Seven of Cups. Hanged Man, the Knight of Swords. Clarify it. It's for love and romance for Scorpios. Six of Wands and Five of Coins reversed. If we want to get through this, if you're in a relationship and this is like a difficult time here, we need to look at this from somebody else's perspective. I think that a lot of you guys are getting caught up in your own perspective here, and you're not seeing this from your partners or the person that you're trying to date here's perspective. The Seven of Cups says, you know, there might be a lot of different ways that we can communicate this, that we can go about this situation. Maybe, I'm getting for some of you, again, I get this like sense of, there's some people, or if you're in a partnership, some of you guys might be thinking about moving. It might have a lot to do with your partner not being happy, not being pleased, or wanting to do other things, wanting to go somewhere else. And some of you guys are taking, for some reason, offense to this. Don't take offense to this. This is something that you need to look at from a different perspective. They might be bringing this truth out because they want you to understand, like, you know, how they really feel about this and what they really need and what they really want. But you guys are kind of taking offense. And, Scorpios, I say this because I have a triple Scorpio that is my partner, and it's like, you can't say things to you guys at the wrong times. You can't even say it in the wrong tone, or else you guys are going to take it the wrong way. And I don't mean to call you guys out on that, but like, that's definitely a Scorpio thing, where it's like tone is very important to me when you're talking to me. Tone is very important when you're talking to me. It is. So maybe this person might feel exasperated. Your partner, whoever, you know, the prospective partner that you're talking to, they might feel like, you know, like, well, this is my viewpoint on this. It doesn't have to be moving. It could just be, you know, in terms of connection, in terms of, you know, I want to do this or I want to do that. And for some reason, you guys are just taking such offense to this. So I'm going to say, don't be defensive this week. Try to look at this from where this other person is coming from. Okay? Because the Nine of Wands and the Justice card, the Ace of Swords, Three of Swords, there's a painful truth here. But this is something that either we've held on to for a while or somebody else has. And it's time to finally let this person know. But again, I feel like almost that this is somebody else letting you know. Like, I've said this a bunch of times, Scorpio. This is how I feel. Can we please talk about this? Can we please deal with this? So if you're in a partnership or a relationship where that's coming out again, don't attack this with, you know, Three of Swords and Ace of Swords, like, screw you, bye. We need to really look at this because there is, there's confusion. I mean, we're trying to figure out how to fix this for the long term here. And, you know, what this person needs. Ten of Coins. Interesting to be that's there. But it might be... I'm going to get another clarifier. This is weird. It's like I can't define... I know what this is, like, because of how I'm feeling, but, like, I can't put this into words right now. Ten of Coins, Seven of Cups. Hey, man, it's needing, again, to look at something from a different perspective, to see different roots. Why is the Ten of Coins right there, though? The Eight of Wands, the Magician reverse both came out. And when I see that, we're communicating that maybe, or again, this could be either you or the other person involved. Someone's communicating that they feel they've been duped. I feel like it's the other person telling them by you. You know, hey, I feel like we said we were going to do this, that, and the other thing, and you just keep putting it off. And this is what I need, and this is what I want. I want to make moves on this. And you guys are like, like, I don't know how to deal with this. Like, it's just like a big, like, moment here. And the Seven of Cups, Hangman, Six of Wands, if we want to overcome this, we're going to need to really, defer to the social order, defer to, what it is that they're saying instead of fighting it. Instead of fighting it, we need to really be like, hey, listen, I will look at this from a different perspective. I'm sorry that I didn't see this from how you were feeling or why you were feeling this way, but I will take it seriously now. Don't turn into the Magician reverse and try to like one up the situation, try to manipulate the situation so that we can just get past it. This is a situation that needs to be dealt with, needs to be overcome. This person will know if you're just trying to push this off and not deal with it. All right, is really what I'm getting here as well. The Six of Wands, Knight of Swords, Five of Coins, reversed. As long as, if we're communicating clearly, if we're putting ourselves out there in the way that we need to be, we will be able to move past this Five of Coins. I say Five of Swords, Five of Coins, reverse here. And again, when you see that Knight of Swords, it is kind of a harsher energy, I will say, but it's not bad. I see it as very clear communication, understanding things subtly. So maybe by taking some time out to ourselves to look at things from a different perspective, we will be able to communicate here, okay? There's very determined, decisive energy with the Knight of Swords, but it only comes after we have gone within, after we have, let the universe kind of string us up by our ankle here to look at it from the perspective of somebody else, Again, it's almost like you're cut off from feeling. So make sure in this whole situation that you guys are not cut off from feeling. Because I only see the Seven of Cups here, which is confused emotions in terms of cups. That's all we're getting. But we need to look at the feelings. We need to look at why this person might be feeling this way and try to relate to them. I know that sometimes, you guys are Scorpios. If you submerge a scorpion in water, it's going to drown. So maybe some of you guys are afraid to really put yourself in this person's emotions and in their shoes because you're afraid of how it might affect you. I don't know, but anyways, there is this excessive energy to not want to deal with this stuff this week, but you guys need to deal with this, okay? So however this is, or whatever this is about, we need to come to some terms with confusion. We need to look at things from a different perspective. We need to deal with a heartbreak. And again, if you're single, it feels like this week we are finally dealing with some heartbreaks and some painful truths that we have probably been blocking out for a long time. We need to let something here and know that there are other options coming in, that there's a lot of other options coming in, so many so that we may need to think about it. Because if we felt alone for a long time, this is the end of it, but we have to be willing to move past the pain from the past here and be open and honest with ourselves. We also might be receiving so much information, so many people coming in here. It might be confusing. We might not know who is, being fake and who is being real. So look at it from a different perspective this week, okay? There's just so much. It's like overload of information. Let's get a Romance Angel Oracle card for you guys. From the Story and Virtue deck here. Scorpios. Get heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Yes, this is the perfect week for that. Please have some honest discussions. Tell somebody how you feel, what you need from the relationship, and pay attention to the red flags. Again, like I was saying, with that Eight of Wands and that Magician reverse, we might need to pay attention to some red flags, even if that involves ourselves and how we're approaching the situation. The signs are cautioning us to really look at this from a different perspective, to understand, maybe when somebody isn't being truthful, maybe when something isn't good for us, and to know what, to pay attention to those red flags and understand what they're telling us, okay? So, Scorpios, those are your messages for June 3rd to the 9th of 2019. Do check out your weeklies as well as your monthly love readings for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. They might have better messages for you, or they might resonate with you better. So if you guys want to book a private reading, all the information is below this video in my description box. I thank you guys so much for all of your support. Make sure to share the video, to subscribe to the channel, and have a wonderful week, Scorpios.